Cool. Like I said, how we say it in Buddhism is in this way. How I see it, how I learned it, through insights. First they need to discover their self is part like from the eternal self. Sounds a little bit all like blah 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 blah. Or now that I know it. I was reading that the Celts, and the Frisians of course too, and many others, long ago, not that long ago, they had a way that sometimes people did something so much wrong that they got a punishment of the Druids, of the whole tribe, that they got fully phase loss and they were not accepted anymore. But these days, we humans are constantly have to do with phase loss. You may have your position or you may have your success and all good things going for you, but that does not mean that we all live in this country, the Netherlands, a lot with phase loss. Why is that? Because we don't see each other really for who we are. We only see the self that we know and that is known by others. But our real self is something that is the eternal self. It is part of the eternal self, what exists outside of yourself. But it is also inside of you. In the deep essence, you are a part of that. And I cannot expect from every human being to already experience that. Because maybe they have to live many lives more before they will discover the eternal self, outside of themselves and inside of themselves, at a moment that they are in nature, for example, and that they experience, that eternal bliss, you could say also. And of course, in ancient tribes, all these things were known because they had the relationship with the nature and the nature laws and the elements and the planets and the sun and the moon. So there were always people in the tribe, among the Druids, for example, that were guarding the eternal self. So nobody would then give phase loss to that, for example. And there are many more other things what we don't have anymore in this modern world, which we miss. Because it's very weird. If I tell you, it's strange that I go outside and that only people can be communicating with each other that know each other. They are all like a self. And that self is the false ego. That's true. Because that self thinks it exists alone outside the others. And that's wrong too. Even the awareness in you that you got to feel and understand forever from now in your life, that we cannot know each other all because we are with so many humans. That's logic. At the same time, it's necessary for you to understand that it is true that you are all human, all with each other. Yeah, I can sing. It's very hard to be authentic and your real self fully in a world where all these values and morals and important things are maybe somewhere in some kind of people but it is not lived out, and it is not known under the mass of the humans. And that makes it really hard. Because there's so much pain in that way. There's so much pain in how people are these days and how they treat each other. It's very not kind. Why would I harden myself and harden my heart all the time? Because of how these people in reality are. They can be successful and happy, and I can that be too, because it goes so good with me. If it goes good, does it? But you see, at the same time, there is phase laws all the time. What was phase law? Also the hat was one of the most important things in Celtic tradition, in Druid tradition, because the hat, you have phase laws with it or not. The brain is in your head. Everything comes through your head. You feel also with your body, of course. It's hard for me, to talk about these things and not get angry and not get upset and talk like this way, because it's so deep and so terrible how these people are among each other, How can I? It's like serious also, People behave like serious. And democracy and liberals and Republicans and the monarchy and the Islam and the communist, these kind of things going on. Sometimes a dictator there and here get shut off. Why is that all, Strange, right? I'm not saying, now I see the things or something. Or that you want to shit on the toilet if you need somewhere, and they have just the toilet locked. Or a man's toilet is not to sit on many places. All these things are crazy, Why do we need to find that somewhere where we have to think about that we can find it there? Why not just going when you are somewhere? I cannot even do that with many people or many places. Because they seem to talk through it, We don't have toilets that we sit on the toilets with each other. We have only toilets where we sit alone. In the ancient times, the Greeks, for example, they had a toilet with each other. Big stone with holes in it, and they could all sit next to each other. But we don't have that anymore. So if you're going to talk on a distance, people make each other crazy in that way a little bit, I think. If I would go with that kind of things. Yeah. There is so much playing going on. Reversing going on. To adjust to those things. These things that I think is so dictated and already decided because of the culture, the politics and the media and how the people behave and blah, 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 blah. Why? It's almost like there are so many people are behaving like sheep belonging to. But do you want to belong to that? What is still of yourself? I think in my position you can still be yourself because all those people can be themselves for the big part, but how they behave among each other, in that way, they can only be themselves in particular situations. And then the question is, how much can they be themselves in those situations? What is yourself? What is myself? Myself is myself that don't have to think all the time about making fun, being free, doing what I like, not having to think about how everybody things it should go in particular ways and this and that and the social ways and all that stuff. That is my true self. Doing things that I just like without any problems. Some people say, no, it's not good to always do the things that you like. It should not be that way. That's wrong. Because in reality, everybody should have the possibility to go his or her way with each other also all the time. I hope one day on this planet it will be that way, right? I also feel that I need to win the people to come further. And it seems to be that I am in a position that I need to feel more nice, more fine. And then people like me more. Sometimes people will laugh at it or whatever, but it seems to go that way too. Look, I don't gonna rob a bank or something, you know. That's just not my thing, and I don't even know how to do that without many risks. So yeah, why do you people think it's so, you make the thing so holy, like work is so holy, I always say. It is not. It is, the problems are not solved when you say, oh, I do work hard and or not, or I work and I have my family and I do this and that and the other thing. That does not say that you do it all good. That's just, look, the problems are not solved by that. You just have to understand that you cannot cling to anything. You have to listen what I just say to you, if you look at this. Because this is how it is. And it is also not exactly that I go with a relationship and then have agreements about the things and then I accept it by each other and or the other one comes with certain things and I do agree or not with it and other people are also a little bit in that way or whatever and all the time and it is accepted or not accepted and there is the dualism and the yes and no and the romance and the this and that and the other thing and the thing, the money, all those things. Simple, eh? It's not like that. No. We cannot hide behind certain things, you know, like, oh, now we have it, now we have control or something or whatever. No, it is not like that. It's wrong. This is not how it truly is to be human. It's a big no of me, right? Yes. These people become more and more mechanic, robot-alike. And then all these different cultures in the city, or such a city Groningen, and then behaving like studentico, and I have so many students. Fuck students in the city. I don't give a fuck about all the students. Fuck them. It's not how it works. And then that people go to the gardens, and that people work there, and this and that. And you are accepted. No, you are not accepted. You are only accepted because of what they accept and what they not accept. And you go your own way through that and have to adjust to certain things to get done what you want. But that does not mean that you people are real yourself. It's a play. And it's for me damn hard to always go with a play so that I cannot express my true self. Which is free, which is barbaric, which is rude, crude, nice, man, also sexy sometimes, and all kind of things. Yeah? But we need money too. Sure. And even only that makes me have to adjust to certain ways to come further in my life because of money. That's all, you know. How stupid can that be? Where are these values in this place? What people these days have values except them going to a reading or a course and saying, I mean, you can say, oh yeah, you worked so hard or you worked well and you made a lot of money and you're successful. And I like all those things, and I want to go that way too, and I'm going that way, I think. But you see, another thing, There is another side of me too. And that side I like much more. That's more free side. And that side just goes and does what he likes. And still does things right for the persons that he wants to do the things right for. And sharing this with them. Yeah. It's like almost like everybody, I say sometimes, is a little bit the white knight. There is no dragon to slay. There is no Satan to subdue. Because you are the dragon or the lion or whatever yourself. And as long as you don't want to be that and live that out, then it is your choice. But I had the inner fire and I still had it to live out my inner lion. And I'm getting fucking sick and tired sometimes to wait all the time for you people to go that path too. Because there are two paths, and that is the path of the lion and the path of the sheep. And I don't give a fuck about your job and your money, and you did it so well, and you do it so well, and blah, 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 blah. Because if I want, I give you just a punch on the face, or I stab you a knife in your neck, or I shoot a bullet in your leg. So don't get me wrong. You can also think, I can say or think, now this is hate how I express it, or people say it's aggression and it's not okay. But it's an aggression, not just because of certain people I see on a Facebook, but because of how many people make me think about how the things are. Look, I don't have to bow for the gods, I don't have to bow for God, for Allah, for Buddha, or who the fuck who, you know. I'm not the fuck word again. I should not say that word because I don't like to say that word all the time. But you see, people can love themselves, but loving each other is a little bit different. Because then you have to forget yourself and have your free will and your free ego. And hopefully someday, yes, you will. Someday you will find the eternal self. And then you will become fully free. Do you hear the wind? Wind is setting up. Yeah. It is not so that I first have to accept myself fully in how I do and how the blah, 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 before other people would like or accept and all this kind of shit, you know. That's also a joke again. It's also not how it works. So you people have a lot to learn, believe me. Okay.